I actually moved over from Android to Apple at the iPhone 12, and the iPhone 12 was when they actually introduced MagSafe charging. MagSafe charging in essence is actually just in fact Qi charging, but what Apple did was incorporate a magnet into their system to allow you to perfectly align the charge every single time. The trouble you have with traditional Qi charging is that sometimes you put the phone down on the pad, if you're not perfectly aligned it won't charge, and also if you're not perfectly aligned you won't get maximum charging efficiency. There are only a few official MagSafe charging systems, and that came directly from Apple and a couple from Belkin. There were other companies such as Anker which actually did release Qi charging with a magnet system in there. But those wireless charging systems were only actually capable of 7.5 watts of charging, whereas the official Apple and Belkin products could go up to 15 watts of charging. However, at some point last year, Qi2 has been released, which has essentially been developed alongside with Apple to incorporate this new MagSafe charging system across all devices. This opened up the doors for other manufacturers to now start creating their own Qi2 chargers, offering us Apple users a cheaper alternative to MagSafe charging. The past couple of years, I've actually been using the MagSafe Duo charger. This charger folds up quite nicely, it's small and compact. My only issue with it that I have is that it connects still through Lightning port. As far as I'm aware, Apple haven't actually updated this device with USB-C, but at this point, this is literally the last device that I have that relies on Lightning port. In an ideal world, I would like to move over to USB-C for everything, but the reality is that's not the most high priority thing for me to switch all my devices over to USB-C. But what I will say is I have multiple camera bags. Depending on the shoot that I'm going to requires different amounts of equipment. Sometimes I need to be more streamlined with just a simple camera backpack. Other times I have a singular roller case. But with the fact that I'm constantly switching around my stuff into different bags at all times, there have been a couple of occasions where I've been caught out and I've forgotten my phone charger. Fortunately, these days my iPhone 15 Pro Max is USB-C, so it's not the biggest problem for the phone-wise. It's actually more concerning with my Apple Watch. I do often find myself traveling up and down the UK, staying in different hotels, and that's what prompted the idea of actually getting another dedicated charger for different bags that I have. And then around about that time, typically speaking, Instagram then starts feeding me advertisements. And one of the advertisements I kept seeing was from a company called KUXIU. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, but this is how it's spelled on screen. The products that advertise just look so clean. They look luxurious, prestigious, they look very well built. Even with the content they produce with these products, it just looks so slick. I decided to take a punt and I went through the whole Instagram ad and I made the purchase through their direct website. And then just over a week later, it arrived. And this is the product here. Let me just quickly show you. Now this is the KUXIU X40. This touts Qi2 charging technology, and it also unfolds into a stand. It connects for USB-C and it comes with a 20-watt charging plug and a USB to USB-C cable. It folds nicely, packed down, easy to commute with, easy to travel with. And funny enough, it was a situation where my girlfriend needed to borrow my charger, which she absolutely loved, and therefore I decided to actually just give her this one. And then I purchased myself another one, which is the QUXIU X63Q. Essentially, it's the same principle, except this has a more circular design, but it still ultimately folds out into a portable charging stand, which charges your phone, your watch, and your AirPods. Where with the MagSafe Duo, you're only able to charge your phone and your watch. Your AirPods Pros are in fact compatible with either pad, but you can't charge all three devices at the same time. I've had these products for just over a month now and I haven't had any issues with them at all. They honestly do feel really well built. The material is more metallic, feels nice and solid, nice and stiff in terms of the unfolding, so it feels very secure, and it does hold up the phone with all the devices attached to it charging perfectly fine. I very rarely find myself in a position where all my Apple devices are completely dead, so I haven't actually done any tests to run from 0 all the way up to 100 to see how fast they charge. However, I was actually interested to see if you do in fact get 15 watts of wireless charging with this device, so I did actually purchase another device from Amazon which actually measures how many watts it's actually drawing. So what I found with these KUXIU devices is they do actually draw roughly around 15 watts of wireless charging. It's not a consistent 15 watts with just the phone, and with all three devices attached between your phone, your Apple Watch, and your AirPods, I was averaging around 17 to 18 watts of charging. There were in fact times where the charging speeds would drop, so it wasn't always a consistent 18 watts of power, but I do believe this is more of a heat management system than anything. There were a few times when I've taken the device off the charging, it was slightly warm to the touch, but nothing too concerning. However, I don't recall ever finding that warmth coming from my phone when I'm picking up from the MagSafe Duo charger. I decided to measure how many watts the MagSafe Duo charger was drawing, and sometimes when it was just the phone by itself, it was drawing over like 16 watts of power. I felt that it consistently held a higher speed throughout, with a lower temperature. In short, do I recommend the product? And 100% yes. I found it's also actually available on Amazon, so Amazon affiliate links are below. It costs you nothing more, but it actually gives me a little bit of a kickback if you use my link. And I'll definitely be keeping one of these in my camera bags at all times. But otherwise, that's it from me. Cheers for watching.